These are some of the products you're going to need to use for your install. I will also be posting down below in the description box if I've forgotten anything. So today I'm here to do a wig install with you guys. This is the unit that I have. It is 12 inches and it is from KLAIYI Hair. This video is not sponsored. This is just, you know, I've been seeing this color hair everywhere, and I actually have 24 inch in the same color that I really liked. I tried blonde for the first time and I really liked it, so I thought I would do an install for you guys with a bob style 12 inch. And so I'm going to go ahead. The knots have already been bleached. I bleached the knots using some 30 volume developer, and so this is 13 by 4. Okay, so this is inside, this is bleached. And for those of you who are not sure, when I say 13 by 4, it's 13 across for this. Yeah, so it's really good. The hair is really nice. I really like the quality. And yeah, I've washed it already so far. There wasn't any strange smell or anything like that that came with it. So I want to go ahead and show you guys how I install it. And I know I look crazy right now, but it will all come together. I'm doing the bald cap method, which means my cap will be down, like I'll be melting it down to my my skin. Without further ado, let's get going. So right here, you guys can see that I'm using my edge control to slick my edges back. This is really important because you just want to make sure that your edges are all the way back so you don't lose your edges once you do apply your adhesive. And at this point, I am using my 70% alcohol with a little cotton swab so I can clean the front of my hairline to make sure that all the grease and oils or anything like that is not there, so that the install can last a little bit longer. And now is the point where I will be using the Erica J Hold Me Down adhesive. After I've cleaned the hairline, this is the adhesive that I'm going to use to hold my wig down. So here you can see that I'm trying to pull the wig cap all the way down below my ear without my hair being pulled back down. So I'm trying to keep my edges as safe as possible, but I'm going to try to get that wig cap down over my ear. Now I'm going to use some more of the 70% alcohol in a cotton swab, and again I'm going to go over the cap and clean sort of around my edges, because you know your hands and your fingers carry natural oils and you kind of always just want to avoid oils on the hairline because that will lift the lace up quicker than you probably want it to. So I'm just going in over the cap and cleaning that again. So this is where I'm going to go in and try to attempt without cutting my ear. This is really, it's harder than it looks. So I'm going to cut out a couple of little slits in the cap here so I can kind of put it behind my ear. This is supposed to really just help with keeping the cap flat across the hairline. I don't know if I was really successful at this part, you guys. In a few moments, you're going to see that once I do put the glue on, I kind of was having some issues with keeping the sides down, but I feel like it worked out really well anyway. But yeah. So here again is where I'm showing you guys I'm using the Erica J Hold Me Down adhesive. So I'm really I don't know. This part is the hardest. You guys can see here, trial and error, because I just kind of squeezed out too much of it. So I had to kind of go back to the drawing board. I wanted to make sure that I put it on properly. So I'm just basically working on getting that glue down on the hairline properly. Okay, so here we go again. Pretty sure I got it right this time, but I was just really trying to take my time to make sure that I kind of got it, because when I put my wigs on, I like to have it. I don't like to have the wig too far down on my forehead because I just feel like it's like you can tell. So I'm just really trying to go around the edge of my hair. If you guys can see, I'm being as meticulous as I can be so I can get that adhesive just right where I want it. And once I get it placed, then I can kind of go ahead and smooth out all that glue. And I also just wanted to point out that at this point, I'm really just getting the glue on there to get it dry so I can cut off the excess cap. This is kind of just the base of the bald cap method. So this is a point where I go ahead and cut off the excess cap. Yeah, and as you guys can see right here, you got to be really careful. I couldn't really see that well. I had another mirror in the background, so I'm really doing this all on my camera, my phone camera. So it was a little bit hard for me to cut because I was trying to be really careful to not cut myself at the same time, but also trying to really cut the cap to the best of my ability so there's not any excess left. So this is I'd say you have to kind of just be really careful here and maybe use reliable scissors because my scissors are not the best quality. It's got glue all over it. It doesn't cut very well, so I was trying to kind of just cut. I was trying to explain that to you guys. I don't have good scissors, so just be careful when you're doing this part. I opted to not speed this part up because I wanted you guys to really see it's hard. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to cut the cap to get it right where you want, so you have to be careful. But if you guys can see the bald cap method coming through, you're supposed to look bald. That's the point. You're supposed to look bald, so I kind of just wanted to be really vigilant and show you guys it takes a little bit of practice, but also more importantly, just really be careful that you don't cut yourself. So it does take that little bit of extra time. So now I'm done cutting off that cap, and as you guys can see, I was telling you about the sides. I didn't really end up getting the sides down as much as I usually do, but it ended up being fine. It worked out just fine anyway. Again, I'm just using the blow dryer just to make sure that it's all dry and it is laid down. I decided to use some hairspray to help hold down the harsh line of the cap where I cut, just so it's less noticeable once you do get your wig on there. It helps with kind of slicking that down. So after I clean the hairline again with some alcohol, this is when I'm really going to go in with the glue, and this will be the layers that I'm going to put on to
hold my wig down. As you can tell, I'm putting it at the very edge of the cap. So because I didn't get the cap down to that one edge, I didn't want to put, you know, the glue like right on my hair. So you have to be really vigilant, you guys. Really, I always pride myself on just really taking my time at this point, because you just want to be careful not to harm your hair with the glue. So I'm just going in and getting the glue as smooth as possible. And some people will maybe put a thicker layer of glue, but I don't really like that. I don't like that. I don't feel like I need to do it. Some people, it might hold better or longer. I don't feel like I need to do it. So I'm just going in and smoothing out the layers. I put about 3 layers, I believe I put. Sometimes I'll do 4 depending on how long I want the wig to last, but I did 3. I felt that was good enough for me at this point. So I'm gonna continue to layer and layer the glue. I finished putting on the first layer of glue now, and I mentioned before, I believe I had put on 3. So you're just repeating the process. You let it dry clear. If you guys can see on the other side where I had put it on before, it's already starting to dry. So you just have to let each layer, so there's layer 1, you just have to let the layers dry clear before you start putting on another layer. I have now got all 3 layers on, so you guys can see it's dried clear. There's no more white, so that means it's time to put the wig on. Look at her. She looks so cute, you guys. This is actually one of the best wigs I've had. Really, really good quality. The lace is Swiss lace. So it's not transparent or anything, but I feel like I bleached the knots and everything like that. So it's really, really good to work with. It's also really durable. So I like that about it. Very durable. I'm just showing you guys, we've got some combs in there. I don't usually use the combs, just the back ones. At times I'll actually cut the combs out that are inside it. I didn't this time, but you know, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect it, I don't believe. But the one in the back is really, really handy for kind of keeping the wig down at the back. Now, this is where I kind of had some issues. Well, I don't want to say issues, just because the mirror, I didn't have a mirror that was like up close right in front of me. I am using like my phone to do this ultimately, so it's kind of hard to see, and I really didn't want to mess it up at this point. I was like, I've come too far. I don't want to mess this install up, which I'm really glad I took the moment to kind of stop and look in the mirror to pull the wig down exactly where I wanted it to be, because this wig fit precisely, you guys. Like, it was dead on, just exactly the size it needed to be, like with no room to spare. So I had to kind of take a break and look off the mirror and set it where I needed it to be, and then I'll come back and show you guys once I've laid it down. At this point, I finally was able to squeeze the wig on my head. As you guys can tell, it just fit. I was actually really happy about that, because sometimes I find if I have to cut off the excess lace, it makes my parting space down the middle just a little bit shorter than I like it. But yeah, so what I'm doing now is just using the comb to comb all the hair back while pressing it in to the glue, making sure that it's on there, it's sticking. So I'm gonna keep doing this kind of just on both sides, of course, to make sure that the adhesive and the lace is all melted. This is the melting, a part of the melting process. Now I'm going to use my silk head wrap. I got this off Amazon for like $5 or something like that. And this, I'm going to use it to tie down. I haven't cut off the excess lace yet. I'm just using this to tie down the hairline so it can continue to melt. This is the other half of the melting process. You've got to let it sit, flat, have some pressure on there so it can melt, so that it looks like there's no difference between where the lace starts and your skin. So I'm just going to tie my hair down and let it sit for probably about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, and come back and cut the lace off. Here I am just taking off the head wrap, and as you guys can see here, I actually had filmed where I cut out a little bit of the baby hairs, but for some reason or another I lost that footage. But I literally just took and I didn't pluck this unit at all. That's another thing I should say. I literally did not have to pluck anything. That's how nice this unit came. So I had cut out just a little bit of the baby hairs, and I wanted it to be center part, of course, so I kind of did the baby hairs based on that. And I didn't usually I will use mousse, but I think I only used a little bit of that edge control that I had used earlier, just a little bit. Oh my god, I'm eating. I don't know why I'm showing you guys food. I was hungry, that's what it was. I think I thought I was filming, and I was just so hungry that I ended up just misfilming that. I didn't film that whole part where I had cut out the baby hairs, so sorry about that. But don't worry, I'll show that to you guys on my next video when I do my next install for you guys. At this point, I'm just using my wax stick that I have. It's just, I think I got this from Amazon. Honestly, it was like $8 or something. Nothing special, but I'm going to put all the products that I use down below in the description box anyway, if you guys want that information. So I'm just using the wax stick to kind of, get everything neat, get the middle part kind of down, get everything in place the way that I like it. So this is where now we're working on just kind of styling it and having it look good. And here I think I was wanting to add a little bit more of the baby hairs. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just taking a little bit out, and I'm going to cut that and lay it down with the rest. Now, I should point out to you guys that I didn't put any makeup or anything like that on the cap underneath because I like the color of the cap that I use. So I don't feel like I really need to put makeup to kind of make it look natural, whereas it's not the same. It's not going to be the same for everyone because we all have different skin tones and stuff. But I just felt like this cap color worked. As you guys can tell, I don't feel like you can even really see. I didn't put any makeup or anything underneath it, but I will go in with a little bit of concealer afterwards just to kind of clean that up. But yeah, I didn't need to put any makeup on the cap underneath. I'm now going to go in with the Master Conceal by Face Studio. I don't even know exactly what color this is. I think it's medium. It's a medium color. So that I usually will use in the part just to define it. Because to me, I just feel like it just already looks so natural with the cap underneath being that really nice color for my skin tone already. So I just like to go in, and you see I'm not just like harshly dragging it. I'm just dabbing it. I'm just going ahead and dabbing it in there so it's natural. You can't see the harsh makeup line. Now, I would say this is obviously not the complete finished product because I ended up styling it. I used my curling wand and I put just some really loose curls because I actually really like the hair the way that it is naturally. It's naturally supposed to be a straight unit, but I actually find it has almost like a little body wave texture to it, which I like. So I went ahead and just put a little bit of like some loose wave kind of wand curls in it, and I'm gonna show you guys some pictures and some videos of the finished products. So if you are here, you've made it to pretty much the end of the video. This is the final look after I kind of went ahead and used my wand curler to put some pretty loose curls in there. And even though I didn't even really mean for it to be this curled, but you know, they fall pretty quickly. So I really like the finished look. I love the color. I really like everything about this unit. I like the length of it. It's 12 inches. The lace is pretty decent. Yeah, It's Swiss lace, and everything is, I really enjoyed doing this for you guys. And if you guys have any comments or anything at all, please comment down below. Keep it respectful, but you can comment down below. Maybe you can add some things that I maybe missed that I could add to my next video, or whatever the case may be. Any hints, or whatever you guys can use to help me make my installs better, and to just do a better job next time. I overall am happy with it, but we could always improve. So thank you guys so much for watching.